Stick it out front.
All right, guys, welcome back. We got YouTube video number 2 for our lesson breakdown.
With our feet. Toe down, go. Get your feet set to throw. Go.
I'm already talking a lot. I know an explanation is coming because we're isolating our approach steps here.
Space. Yeah, let's go. So now don't cheat it. Quick, just like a game, right? Hands out. So why?
Here it comes.
The answer is we don't have that awareness of how, where are our last 2 steps, right? So the ball's here, I'm going back and forward and you guys are still up. If I'm you, I'm like this. So my last 2 steps, I'm already moving in posture. I've already got this low. So you guys are doing 2 things when I'm only doing 1 thing. Come on. Hands out, go.
Sometimes I hear myself say it back and it's and that's why I'm that much better than you. But it's not what I mean. It's just I get frustrated when I know that they can make it so much simpler for themselves.
Okay, hardest part of lessons is paying attention to every starting spot of the drill. Okay, if we don't have that, then all of us are wasting your time because we're explaining it over and over. Okay, so what's the starting spot here? Anybody know? How do we start? Oh, you just did it, cheater. Yes, but show us the starting spot. Okay, show us behind there. Okay, so what we're gonna do, that's very good. We're gonna give you guys a cheat. We're gonna go pull here so that our starting spot can have our glove lined up with this. What does that give us? Space. We're here and go. Got it? Let's go. Before, okay.
So I don't think that explanation was ever posted on social media. I'll see some of these clips and some of them don't get used.
Immediately you're here. What's that do? No space, right? So we have to go, okay, how do I get there? Boom first, then out. We have to understand how we get to that spot. Because if our habit is to go straight down, we're always going to do it, okay? Figure out how you get there. Hands out. Good.
So right away, going to this lesson from the last one, you can see that we're teaching completely different levels here. This is one of our 7:30 classes, or no, this might even be an 8:30 class.
First move isn't up with our chest. What's your first move? How are we creating energy with our legs, right? So we're pushing.
Already my energy is more intense because of the different age groups.
Hands down, lower. Okay, so our goal, your guys' is...
And I think I'm just getting frustrated with people because in my mind, it's a simple concept and it's getting kind of messed up because we aren't understanding and it looks easy to them, but they're messing up because they're not understanding the simple concept. This happens a lot in lessons.
So that's almost here. Come on. How much space? Scoot. Go here. Feeling position. Talking about space. Go. Low. Most of you, the time you're starting here. What's that do?
It's not
well, it just doesn't set us up. We're not practicing the right thing. Okay, let's go. Can't see it. That. What happens there? Before contact, what do you do? What?
Oh, this.
Yeah, both hands.
This makes me laugh because watching it back, since I'm not doing the lesson right now, I'm obviously dang, I am really intense into this concept, but it makes me think about any coach that you have in life that is pointing out little things that can make you better, because life is made up of all little things, right? So if there's no one in your life that's passionate, or there's no one in your life that understands the importance of those tiny things and those little adjustments, we can't get better, because there's only most of the time it's small adjustments that lead to big change and big growth. So you don't have those people pointing those little things out. We can't achieve that.
Okay, so right when that happened, your elbow didn't move. There was no give. There's got to be a little bit. So what's give me? Yeah, just a little. Give and go. There. Ready? Better. That's a cleaner movement. So there's less movement there. Better. Right. So nothing else matters besides creating that space. Get your glove out. Get your glove out.
It is interesting to me.
Last two.
For me to see myself at this intensity level right after seeing like the 6:30 class. Again, very different players that you're dealing with, very different levels and different concepts in the different weeks.
And then back, and then forward, and then throw. Okay?
But my aim as a coach is also to be consistent. So in my head, I'm watching this back and just thinking to myself,
good. Make sure you tuck your glove when you throw.
Is this me being consistent? Am I, like, in my head, I'm thinking,
just get your ball.
It's consistent for this level. I forgot about this lesson. It's kind of cool to watch it back.
Try not to, you're throwing, and then you're like, your back leg's coming off the floor, but you're like still, your chest is back. So you want your chest to be facing the ground basically and not up towards the ceiling, okay?
The biggest difference, I think, between me and the different levels of coaches I have that are at lessons underneath me, you've got Grace, who's committed to Montana softball, like to go to and play college ball. You've got Amanda Fama, who's an Olympian. I think Grace is one of 2 high school workers, and everybody else is either in college or has graduated as a softball player that went to college. And
good. Your release point is just a little bit too low right now. That's why your balls are going down. So make sure you're releasing up
the
top
cool
and
part
down here.
about having these different levels is they do speak differently than me. Like, I will speak very technical.
Good job. You're going to Naya.
I want to say I don't waste words, but I speak a lot. Like, there's a lot of words. Listening to Grace, I think she talks in a way that a lot of people relate to. They're like, oh, she's saying less words, she's less technical, and a lot of kids will know what adjustments to make because it's that. It's kind of cool. It's kind of similar to like how some people just will relate to a different coach. One reason could be the language, one reason could be the demeanor, one reason could be XYZ, right? She looks like me, she went to the same elementary school, whatever. But this is, I think, is a very specific reason that kids will actually get a mechanic. It's like putting a professional level lesson into like a 5th grade reading level.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so.
Don't tell the camera, tell me.
Okay, so there was this one time, I think it was when I first started your clinics. I was 8 years old, and it was one of my first lessons, and you told us to go throw the ball to the net, and I ended up accidentally throwing it to you because you said.
Yeah.
And I threw it right at you, and you caught it with one hand, and it looked like it hurt really bad. And so, like, you just called me a troublemaker, but you've been dealing with me for like 7 years, so I don't know what else you expect.
Exactly.
Maybe like an adjustment. I don't know. Like, hey, let's learn. Let's grow. Okay.
Let's learn. Let's grow.
Let's grow.
Let's grow.
Alexis is like, next play, right at me. Catch one hand.
Yeah, today she's gonna.
Okay.
Yikes. Yeah. If you are a coach watching this, you know that you deal with players that, 1, don't listen, 2, are a little goofy. That's just kind of how they play.
Yes. Good effort.
Again,
Look at how tall these shoes are.
we try to maintain a standard, but we also aren't drill sergeants, obviously, with me walking around the turf with no shoe.
Hard hit backhands, love it. Tags.
Now, this is the 8:30 class, so first half of the time that Carlos was here, he walked in middle of my 7:30 class, which is 12 to 14 and under. The 8:30 class is mostly high school.
Let's go.
And it's a little bit different than all the other lessons because I let them take a little bit more charge. We do a lot more live reps and there's less explanation. So less of me talking at them unless they're really messing up and they need a kick in the butt. But this is less, I mean, way less babysitting. These are kids that are trying to get college scholarships. Some people, depending on the age, are committed to college.
Let's set up stationary. How do you set up on the base? Okay. This is why we want to talk about it. Okay, so
Hence,
couple ways we
high
set
school
up.
kids
We can set up in front.
that don't know what I'm
can
talking about.
straddle. Any other way that we would set up? What position are you playing?
Third.
Okay, so there's a lot of different, so you guys can do from shortstop, third base, first base perspective. Most people are gonna be playing third or short, probably, okay? Maybe second, right? But around the base, you wanna be making sure that you're set up stationary like you would be actually catch tagging. When you're going and you're actually moving to the base, we wanna get to this exact same position, okay? A lot of times, so say, one of the hardest plays I had as a third baseman was a steal when I'm up in front of the base, right? So you're getting back. I wanted to always get to a straddle position because if I got back and was trying to feel for the base here, there were so many times where the ball's coming and I think I'm there and I'm way off. I don't actually get to the base. I don't actually get to the runner. It actually happened to me on TV, and it was embarrassing. So don't let it happen to you.
Terrible memory.
Just know what you're trying to do. So there, like with this, there's a lot of shortstops say that they are doing like a steal play. Runner's coming from here. She's stealing. Throws coming from the catcher, and a lot of people don't like to straddle because they say it takes too much time. Or their catcher doesn't have a strong arm. So they're up here, catch tag. Just know what you're trying to do. Know where your anchor is. Anchor meaning, what is your foot feeling for? Because you can't just look down the entire time. Ball's coming. Runner's coming.
It's a long explanation of covering a base.
3. Runner. Ball.
Probably exactly what my kids are thinking because they want to start moving.
Anyways. There's lots of things going on. You don't want to get run over. Okay, we do not want to get run over. The actual speed of the play and then the ball. So
I'm kind of making fun of myself right now because it's a long time to listen about tags, but there are really good points in there. I think that one of the hardest things to do when you're at lessons as a kid is to see the field when you're in a facility. So Lily, who was the player that was setting up before me, she's like, yeah, this is the base. I'm going to tag around the base. But there's really specific places that we want to tag. There's really specific ways that we want to put our feet to avoid injury or to put us in a better spot for a faster tag.
So anchor, meaning what's the part of your foot that's hitting the base? Right? Your actual outside of your foot. So it's like, it's a fail if you get over to Grace and she's saying, okay, get to the base, and you're like this, because you're not actually getting to your spot. This is one of the
still explaining this.
That's like, this is a permanent spot on the field. There's so many factors that change, that doesn't change. You have to get there, the runner has to get there. So use your anchor, okay? So how are we set up here? Like, are they moving from different spots?
Holy moly. I'm not used to Carlos filming that entire time that I would be speaking because I'm used to seeing just the clips.
Last two.
I just finished talking about how the 8:30 class, I don't talk as much, but whoa. Sometimes I will see lessons back like this and clips like this. And I will know that lesson I was on one, quote unquote, meaning I really was trying to drive home a point. I really was either frustrated by an earlier class or somehow still have a lot of energy for this 8:30 class. What in the world is happening here?
Everything, my idea was, you know, so you could see the back and then I'd flip around and surprise it's Amanda Fama, but Morgan Stewart wants it this way. So check out the back. You could also just reverse it. But this thing is so cozy. In the warehouse, the girls are working hard, but the new Defense Club sweatshirt, tan, beige, whatever you want to call it, is super comfy, and it's for sale in Morgan's bio. I think there's a
Great.
link. Or
I don't know if there's any sweatshirts left. But if you don't know who Amanda Fama is by now, she is a lifesaver. She is the reason why lessons have gotten better and why they're as consistent as they are, is because she's there every day.
The holidays are coming, I'm sorry.
And she's funny.
Be nice and
And she's there every day. I'm in the facility twice a week. I flip-flop days.
We were, because
I used to flip-flop with her, but now she's there every day. I'll go in Monday, Tuesdays, one week. The next week, I'm in Wednesday, Thursday. So hypothetically, I'm seeing all my girls. But she is the constant force that's there that holds it all together. She's great. She's also an Olympian. She played for Team Italy.
Whole point of this is
and played shortstop.
Need to move your
she's great. She's smart. She's good with the girls. Loves softball.
Space, I'm talking about
literally saved lessons because I was about to burn out. But
it's our glove. Okay,
that's Amanda.
Biggest thing here is a lot of you guys will be feeling it inside your left foot, inside your left platform shoe. We don't want to do that. So we want to feel it out in front and create energy with our feet. Okay? So first 3 rounds through, you guys are going to start in that. Heel down, toe up, hands out, getting the elbows up. Then you're going to start back behind the pole and walk through. Okay? A lot of people have been late today, even like my very good fielders, because they're trying to like get to the side and do a bunch of stuff, and then the ball hits the pole and they're done. Okay? Last 2 quick steps, and it's not right, left, wait. It's you want to create that internal timing with your feet. So our last 2 steps, boom, boom. Instead of right, chest low, hands out, we're going to field, get to elbows up. Okay? You can do this literally with a sock. But we have balls, so we're going to use our balls.
Clearly, to circle back on my on one comment, yes, this is Morgan on one.
And then also over there, Naya's going to throw you.
We're also doing the same drill from our 7:30 class for the 8:30s. I think because it was so challenging for the 7:30s, I wanted to test these high school kids.
Are you in? Are you in now? Okay, great. Go. All they want is live.
So true.
Oh, there's only one left.
Get off your tippy toes. But I got a lot of comments today while I was selling some new merch that
only comes in that color.
It only comes in this beige, but that's the color we love. We play softball. Anyways, so cute. I got a couple comments on Morgan's shoes today.
I don't know what's happening here. I think we're
wondering if she's wearing those so she can be taller than myself.
I mean, it's not a long answer. Answer is yes. I am taller than me.
I'm not taller.
And we don't move our feet to throw. That's what you're telling me. And you also throw like this. That's what you just did. You did that.
That's the next promo.
Ah.
I can say that it is a lot easier to be sarcastic and to
Thank you.
teach with sarcasm with the 8:30 group.
Okay, there we go.
I think if I did this to the 5:30 or 6:30 groups, people might get their feelings hurt. But these girls are good sports, and we expect a lot. I don't think I would be hard on these kids if I didn't expect a lot. I was told that as a kid, you should be worried when a coach isn't saying anything to you in a teaching atmosphere, right?
Good.
We have periods of time in lessons where it's a coaching rotation. So our station work where we break down, there's a lot of, oh, we're doing manicure
Good.
time.
So you're gonna go heel down, toe
We have
up,
times in lessons
foot.
where
A
it's
little bit wider.
a lot of talk,
Wider.
a
There
lot
you
of
go. Hands
adjustments,
out. Now get
and
elbows
then
up
the
over
live
that
portion
wall.
where there's less talk,
Good.
less
One and switch.
adjustments.
One and switch.
There still are some, but we
Heel
let the
down, toe
girls
up.
kind of flow instead of
Hands
having
out.
to stop their motion all the time.
There you go. Hands up. Good. There you go. Good. Good. Create your space. Create it. There you go. Good.
So a lot of stations going on right now. I think I'm mic'd up in the other cage. This happens often. I'm mic'd up in the other cage. You can hear yelling in the background because I'm next to another lesson that's teaching catching.
Good. Glove out.
But we're doing that same drill in the other cage while at the same time there's tags going on, there's backhand picks going on, and I believe a throwing station going on. So at lessons, we like to have groups of 3 or less in our working stations. Most often, we do just partners. This makes it really easy to group people together by ability. Makes it really easy for people to get a lot of reps.
There you go.
And we don't have coaches at every station. We have, if there's a feeder, a lot of time that's a feeder in a station. A lot of times that's the coach. Dry reps, we can let the girls do that by themselves once they understand the concept. There's also some agility or just stationary workstations that the girls might be able to do by themselves.
And back you up.
Most often we have anywhere from 4 to 8 stations going on at the same time. That's what makes our lessons move really quick.
It's like a cream, beige, tan. Catching the ball out in front of your eyes. Out in front of your eyes, okay? Don't let it travel back. Catch it out in front. Get behind it first. Out in front. Hips down.
This is a week where we are focusing a lot on where we're catching the ball.
Out in front.
As you saw in my station, that's again over in the other cage, talking about space and seeing the space between our toes and our hands. We're also talking about that with backhands here.
Than it is to go down. Go. So stay lower. Ooh, you can charge that a little bit, right?
You can see some of the girls aren't really interested in making adjustments at this point, or they don't know what the adjustment means. So that's kind of some of the battle of lessons, is being unsure.
Keep that glove out in front of your eyes.
How much coaching.
So just like that. Try and catch more out here.
Not somebody needs, but how much is actually being absorbed, and then who you give your attention to based on what they want and what they need. I think that's the same with coaching anywhere.
So once you get behind it, charge it.
But everybody learns at a different speed, different pace, and they understand their body in different ways.
Do you feel how you're just like sitting there so your
So again, answer to most of these things coaching-wise is having a standard. So our standard, again, eye contact, hustle, make adjustments.
Good job. You do your part, I'll do mine. Morgan Stewart.
I did with one of...
Yikes.
One of the things, at least one person per group kind of got fooled going in one way. Because when we do live balls, it's like, you know that most of the time I'm leading you towards that way, and we do the same step over and over, okay? Where we should be stepping, if that makes sense. So, a couple things. Different ways that we could practice, because really in the infield we want to adjust. So we want to practice adjusting in different ways. So first we're going to go, it's either going to be soft, but I'm not going to tell you if it's forehand or backhand. So we have to be ready. Then we're going to go medium, same thing, hard, same thing. So you guys are going to get ready in a different way when you don't know which direction it's going. Okay, the other way that we could practice reacting is, okay, we're going to go all four hands, but I'm not going to tell you what speed. When we're at this kind of distance, it's hard for it to just be completely random and you guys not be at a disadvantage. So we're going to take one factor away, which is either
Holy moly,
speed
stop
or
talking.
direction. And we're going to train and just isolate one of those. Make sense? All right, let's go. If we classify it as slow, we want to catch that ball like even with that pull.
This is great feedback for me. I just don't think I need to be talking as much to explain live balls. But maybe I do. I'm going to get some feedback from the kids.
If it's medium, you guys are going to start at this hash mark. If it's a medium speed, like a routine ground ball, I want us to field it in front of this hash mark. Not crazy. If it's hard hit, we're just fielding it behind this hash mark. Okay?
Let's go, Morgan. Get over there, hit some balls. Here we go.
Okay. Good.
So, big thing, speed and direction. That's what we're talking about.
What's your first
step? If it's slow, charge it. If it's not,
is that hard hit?
Stay in the same spot. If it's hard hit, take a deeper angle. That's all that needs to be said.
Choice, go with it. Make a choice, go with it.
Other thing that we deal with in lessons is, again, I mentioned this before, there's other lessons going on in our building. I don't know if Carlos ever spans like the whole space to show you how big it is, or if you kind of get a gist of it. But there's catching lessons going on, there's hitting lessons going on, and we have a decently big space, but like all facilities, there's a lot going on. So it's tough to focus. There's things that are being practiced that we don't even think about, like focus.
So on that one,
like in a game, you do have fans from all these kids play travel ball. You have fans from their fields, talking, screaming. You've got the opposing team. It's all applicable to applicable. I don't know how to say that word. It can be applied.
Yes.
Trying to focus into the game situation. But that's something that we don't talk about a lot, is how tough it is to actually get into like a competitive mindset, even in lessons. That mindset is something that we're going to be focusing on more and more. Peace out.
Okay.